what's up, everybody? This is the Liberal Loudmouth. So McCurtain County Sheriff and a McCurtain County Commissioner were recorded saying some terrible, terrible things. I'm not going to tell you what they said. I'll let them tell you what they said.
I heard the other day said, I heard 10 or 12 people going to the sheriff. I said, let's get 20. They don't have a goddamn clue what they're getting into.
Oh, yeah,
not this day and age.
But everybody.
I'm gonna tell you something. If it was back in the day, when Alan Marshall take a damn blackjack, whoop their ass, and throw them in the cell, I'd run for sheriff.
Yeah. Well, it's not like that no more.
I know. Take them down here on Mud Creek and hang them up with the damn rope.
Yeah.
But you can't do
And the
that.
thing about it is,
They got more rights than we got. The thing of it is, you know.
We actually told the truth.
I've known 2 or 3 hitmen that are very quiet guys.
Yeah.
And would cut no mercy.
Yeah.
In Louisiana. Because it was all mafia around
Yeah.
Louisiana.
oh yeah.
Yeah, but here's the reality. If the hair on his wife's head, Chris Willingham's head, or any of those people that really were behind all that, if the hair on their head got touched by anybody, who would be the bad guys?
Who'd you blame for?
Yeah. They're insignificant in my life.
Yes.
Really. They bring
The
that
old
to my
saying is,
table.
you know,
What goes around.
It will. I told you it will.
Yeah.
I know where 2 big deep holes are if you ever need them.
I got an excavator.
These are already pre-dug.
So I think the audio speaks for itself here. I don't need to go in and explain to you why conspiring to kill a journalist is terrible, or talking about throwing a rope over, to whip a black guy's ass or anything like that. I don't think I need to tell you that that's terrible, right? So I'm not going to do that. That's not what this video is about. But I want to say before I get started that I am thankful that this happened, because those guys should not be running a McDonald's, let alone an entire county. And I say, good riddance. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Okay, that out of the way, I do want to point out the fact that I believe that recording was obtained illegally, despite what some have said. So Oklahoma is a single-party consent state. It requires that at least one person in a conversation know that the conversation is being recorded. Now, that one person does not have to tell the other person, hey, I'm recording this conversation. So I want to be clear. The ability to record people is very important to me. I will not move to a state that is a dual-party consent state where I have to tell the other person I'm recording you. So it is very important to me personally that we be able to record conversations that we are a part of. However, that's not what happened here. The journalist purposely left his recording device behind and set it so that it would automatically turn on if it heard anybody talking. And that's exactly what it did. You see, the county commissioner meeting had just adjourned, and everybody else left except for these 3 people. And they were sitting around, they were talking, and you heard that clip and the audio recording that they had obtained. Now, again, I'm glad that they obtained the audio, but the way that the journalist did it, I believe, is completely illegal. And I made this point on Twitter, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this tweet up right now. Now, I am responding to somebody who had responded to me whenever I brought up the fact that the recording was obtained illegally. They brought something else up, so I'm like, I think you misunderstand what I'm saying. You can't record as a third party. You can't do it. It's illegal. The only way that recording was obtained legally would be if the reporter was literally present and part of the conversation, or if they were in a place where their expectation of privacy was 0, like, the convenience store, or a zoo, or a park, or somewhere where there's a bunch of other people around that can hear you. So Joey Senat comes in and he says, the act defines oral communication as uttered by a person exhibiting an expectation that such communication is not subject to interception under circumstance justifying such expectation. So basically, in layman's terms, what that means is that if you have no expectation of privacy, then somebody else can record you because you have no expectation of privacy. And then he goes on to say, in the county commission meeting room, probably not justifying, so not illegal. Sorry, Joey. I know you've made the rounds to like every news organization across the country and given your 2 cents as a expert, But I will have to simply disagree here, and I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I can read. I devour case law. It's what I do. I enjoy reading case law. So I'm just going to talk about how exactly it is that Joey is wrong. When no meeting was going on and thus not under the scope of an Open Meeting Act or otherwise. And then I say, a room does not automatically become a place where all conversations are recorded unless the building is knowingly rigged for audio, which would only be true if those meetings are live streamed, and I'm pretty sure they're not. And that the equipment being live streamed are static in nature and always existing. Also, utilizing the Capt's test, this would also fail. It is quite clear from the conversation that all parties in that conversation held a subjective view that their communication was not public, given that they were in a room with no others present. And then I continue. It also would meet the requirement that people believe it reasonable to assume that they were in private, given that there was no meeting taking place and it was a few people having a private conversation with no one else around. I wholly disagree with your assertion that the recording was not illegal. Katz v. U.S. and more appropriately Doris v. Absher would also be in favor of those three having their privacy violated by an unknown, not present party. But the fact is this, it is unethical, and I believe it is completely wrong for you to leave a recording device around to listen to what people are saying when you are not there. I don't care that it was in a public building, in a public meeting room. What I care about is what those people believed to be a private conversation where nobody else was around. Now, if there had been a bunch of people in that room and they were having that conversation, I would agree that that recording would have been legal. But that's not the case here. That's not what happened. So while I am thankful that the journalist did that, I actually don't think we need to be going down a road where we say, well, the information that we obtained from this illegal recording was so good that we shouldn't pursue any charges against this person. Because the next time it happens, what are they going to say? Well, the information that was obtained wasn't really that good and it didn't do anybody any good, so we're going to go ahead and go after this person. Yeah, I think there's a lot of bias at play here. Because I can acknowledge both things here, where it is great that it happened and that this was brought to light because those people should not be in charge. But I also think that the laws need to be established where it is very clear that you cannot, as a third party, record somebody who doesn't know they're being recorded when they are in a group of people in a place where there is nobody else around. I don't think that's unreasonable to say, but please tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you think the ends here justified the means? Do you think that the journalist should get off scot-free because of what they uncovered? Or do you think that it should be fine to place a recording device inside of a public building and just leave and come back whenever you feel like it? Because essentially that's what would have happened, where this person is recording anybody and everybody until such time as that journalist comes back to reobtain that recording device. Anyway, please let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, everybody, this is Liberal Loudmouth, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.